Yeah, hello everybody. Dingland down here again. Somebody wanted to know about the dogs around here. So I'm going to tell you a story about these dogs and other dogs here in the Philippines. Animals in general. How are they treated? This is Gopher. 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 Say hi, Gopher. Gopher's a good dog. We almost lost him though, because before we had him chained up here, he used to run free. And the brand guy came around with their dog catching crew, and Jimmy was fixing the fence, the gate over here, had it open. The Gopher was loose. He ran out the gate. It just so happened that day the brand guy was right there with the dog catching crew. They caught him with a big net, and he was pissed off. And they put him in a bag, a rice bag, and they were going to take him away. Weren't they, Gopher? They were going to take him away, but Jimmy, he begged the Capitan, said, "Look, we promise we'll tie him up from now on." "What's wrong, you got fleas?" So they gave him back. They let us have him back, and we promised we'd keep him tied up. So he is. This is his lead. How did we get Gopher? Well, Myrna, the other lady that's here, back in Batangas, she had 2 dogs, female dogs, and they both had puppies at the same time. So we took 7 puppies in Batangas because Adam, my wife's nephew, wanted some puppies. So we took all 7 puppies to his house in Gabalda, which is the next town over. But I picked out 3 that I wanted to keep. Gave him 4. So what happened to all the puppies? Well, we had 3 running loose. My favorite was an all white one they called Whitey. And we had a black and white called Sparky. And then Gopher here. So apparently, Whitey, when we weren't here, he licked a poisonous frog. That's what Jimmy said. "What you itching for, Gopher? What you scratching? Huh?" And he licked the poisonous frog and died. Jimmy buried him over there by the fence, the wall. And Sparky, he got caught by the dog catchers. So Gopher was the only one left. He was actually the runt of the whole litter. And he's the one that made it. But the 4 we gave Adam, who knows? They're all gone. None of them are left. Well, we don't want to film Gopher while he's fighting himself. So that's the story on the Gopher. He's the last one of 7. I gave him his name because I named all the puppies. We'll show you the rabbits while I'm talking. I named all the puppies when we first got him, and Gopher kept running away. He kept moving and going everywhere he was supposed to not go. He kept going and going, so I called him Gopher. There's the rabbits chasing each other. My wife gave them some names. I can't remember what she calls them. Sorry, can't remember. Anyway, we're talking about dogs. So here's Rocky. There's Rocky. Some of you might have heard the story on Rocky, that I brought him here from Batangas in the back of my truck. It's a good thing I did. But he's a good dog. He's a good watchdog. And he's pretty much been tied up his whole life. But he's got a nice lead here. But my wife got these dogs before I ever moved here. She had 3 or 4 puppies. And this is the only one that survived. I don't know what happened to the other ones. I asked her, but I never get the whole story. But he's the only one left. Right, Rocky? But we've had him a long time, or she has. And the first time we came here, we left him. We left him in Batangas because we couldn't bring him. We had too much stuff in our truck. And when we came back to Batangas, he had broken a water line. The water was all over the place. It was still running. But this time I said, oh, we got to bring him. We don't know when we're coming back. And it's a good thing we did. But they're good watchdogs. They always bark right here. Rocky's straight at the gate. Anybody comes in or out, anybody walks by, they let us know. And they always have plenty to eat because they eat all the leftovers from us. My wife always gives them vegetables. I don't know why they don't eat the vegetables. They pick out vegetables most of the time. Or they eat around it. They like my food the best because I eat a lot of chicken. And they always tell you don't give dogs chicken bones. And that's a lie. These dogs have had chicken bones, fish bones, everything. Nothing's ever happened to them. They eat it all. So what about dogs in general? What about animals in general in the Philippines? In general, they're not treated very good. Like, for instance, my neighbor over here, they got 2 dogs, very short leashes. Let me see if I can show you. Trying to peek over the fence. Oh, I can't show you right now. Anyway, very short leashes. They're always yelling. That's right, Rocky. You're tied up, but at least you got a long lead. At least you eat good. Like I said, most dogs here, They're either kept in cages or real short leashes, tied up all day. I hate dogs tied up. I wish I could let them go, but the brang eye will catch them. I like to see them free running. But animals in general in the Philippines aren't really treated the way they are in the U.S. They're not treated well. They're just treated as animals. Once in a while, you'll see some people carrying around like a little Chihuahua or some expensive dog, especially the gay men. Some women, they carry them around like jewelry. They might get treated better. For the most part, no. Our neighbor in Batangas has had two dogs in cages their whole life. They've never been out of the cage unless they've escaped. It's sad, really. There's no rules here. There's no laws like the United States of how you treat animals. I'm a dog lover. I really don't like to see them mistreated. But life is different in these countries. They treat animals terrible in a lot of Asian countries. That's how the COVID-19 is going around, because of wet markets where they put animals in cages next to each other, kill them live. It's terrible. Asian countries are like that. So I told you the story on both dogs. I told you how we got them, how they came here. Hope that answers your questions on that. This is our entrance gate. It's just a temporary gate because we don't know where our right of way is going to be for good. We have to talk to a couple of neighbors, and we're probably going to have to buy a plot of their land so we can have a permanent right of way, because all this property here is owned by somebody else and we're just using it to come in and out. So once we have the resort open, we're going to have a permanent right of way. We're going to have to probably pay for it. So we just built this little temporary gate for now. I had a better gate, which is right here. And if you see some of the earlier videos, the gate is down there. But when these neighbors moved in, when the owners started building, they cut off our right of way. They said it was their property. They could do it. They didn't even ask us. They just did it. So I had to tear this gate down. So this will be our permanent gate. We just don't know where it's going to go. We're hoping right here. We'll have to break this part of the wall. And we'll have to buy this part of the land. And then we can drive right out here, right to there, and make the turn and leave that way. If you understand. Right now, we come out of here and we leave that way. But as I've told you in previous videos, all this land back here is owned by native people. And we talked to the native people. We had a meeting with them. And they said, okay, you can use this. Everybody else uses it anyway. That's what we do. We use this and we go that way. We have another option too. If that doesn't work out, we have a neighbor over here. And he's here right now. He's stuck here from COVID-19 lockdown. We have an option to purchase some of his land and go out this way. But I really don't want to do that because it's a lot farther. And it'll be more of a pain in the neck. So, but it's an option. And we already talked to him about it. He said he has to talk to his brother and find out if his brother wants to do it. But they've been here a long, long time, many years. They got the land from their parents, who probably bought it for next to nothing. They owned a lot of land around here. What else? Somebody wanted to know where they caught the lobsters on my previous video. Oh, sorry about the noise. That's the water pump. So they caught the lobsters here, Pacific Ocean. I don't know exactly where. In the ocean. How much did they cost? We paid 3,000 pesos a kilo. That's $60 for... No, I'm sorry. 300 pesos per kilo. 300, not 3,000. So that's $6 per 2 pounds. I'm showing you Jimmy's barbed wire fence he's finishing up on. He wasn't finished with the last one I showed you. So $6 per 2 kilos. 1 kilo is $3 per pound. But they were small lobsters, but they were still pretty meaty. They were still pretty tasty. I ate some, and then they made some kind of Filipino dish with the rest of them. So what Jimmy's doing now, he's doing like on top of a jail. He's rolling it up so people don't climb on it. And he's going all the way down with it. That's what he's doing. He wanted to do it. It's okay, it keeps him busy. This part's done. This part was done for stray dog reasons. Stray dogs come on out here, they jump over this fence. So we put the wire up so they can't get in here anymore. But they'll still get in. Then we'll go all the way down here. And they'll come in this way. Which they do. There's tons of stray dogs here. Because there's no spaying, there's no neutering. They just let dogs breed. Just like most people here, they just keep breeding. Because the more kids you have, the more money they get from the government. They do get free money from the government. They're real poor. It's not much. I asked Jennifer the other day, because she gets it. Jennifer's the neighbor that always helps us out. If you watch previous videos, you'll see her. She's got one eye. She's a great help. Yes, her name's Jennifer. Anyway, she gets money. She gets so comparable to about 1,000 pesos a month. That's like 20 bucks. It's nothing, but for them it's a lot. Anyway, this is the rest of the barbed wire. And it does stop some of the stray dogs, but not all of them. Because they come this way, like I said. And I should have filmed the seaweed, all the seaweed that came in today. But I didn't because of the beach noise. But take a look at this pile of seaweed. We just got all the seaweed from the beach today because it was rough seas and it all washed up on our shore along with garbage. Look at this pile. This is all just from today. It's low tide right now. You're probably hearing some wind noise, so I'll go away. Girls are playing cards in the kubo.
Honey, we need some soft drinks and bread.
You know where the store is?
Oh, yeah, we know the store, but we don't know where to buy.
All that money you're playing with.
Honey, 20 peso.
Wow, you're rich.
Putang ina mo, rich my ass.
Anyway, there's more seaweed down there, but there was just too much. And some of it was buried under the rocks and sand. Okay, yeah, you can get them whatever. They want some soda too. Soft drinks. I don't know. Ask them, I don't know. I'll give you some money later for it. They are playing cards. They want soda and soft drinks and bread and snacks. I don't know. They just had lobster for lunch. They eat like 4 meals a day here. Breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. Okay, this video is getting long. It's going to take a lot of time to upload. So I'm going to say goodbye, sign off. Hope that answers a lot of your questions. So if you're a new viewer, just tuning in for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Gopher says subscribe. Gopher says hit the notification bell. Rocky says thanks for watching. Treat your dogs good. Thanks for watching, Rocky. So keep on watching, see what happens next. Keep yourself safe. And stay close to your family. Rocky says, beach bum out.